Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Right, bit of a update, just show you where I'm at. We've still got the panels laid out here, ready to go back on the car, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. Hopefully we'll have this back together today, but I'm having a nightmare of a day. Look at the time. This is me just getting started, and I was supposed to be here first thing this morning. Things have not went to plan today. But anyway, I've pushed the car out of the booth and I've took the front and rear brackets off. Obviously they were bare metal, so I've just had a little bit of surface rust on them, so I've just soaked them in rust treatment. So while that's drying, I'm going to put the doors on and then put the side skirts on, and once those are on, I'll then need my brackets, so I'll paint those. Obviously I need the rust treatment to dry off first. I'll put a bit of paint on them, they can go back on the car. Then once those are on the car, I can then put the bumper, the bonnet and the clam. So hopefully we'll get that done today. I could really, like I say, I'm miles behind. Might have a late shift, I don't know. We'll see, but I better bash on anyway. I'll stick it on a tripod. So the doors are pretty bloody heavy and quite awkward, but it is possible to put them on yourself. So that's it on the back catch, just like clipped on one. So by doing it this way, the hinges move on those, but you can align them on those bolts. But those bolts, the set, so if you take it off in the back of the door rather than where it goes to the chassis, then when you bolt it back on, it should be lined back up. Looks like there might be a little bit of adjustment on it actually, and I might have to do a little bit of jiggling about yet. But you can't get to those bolts with the side skirt on, so it's tricky. You kind of need to put the side skirt on, check the alignment, and then potentially take the side skirt off to adjust it. It's shutting nice anyway. Like I say, it might need a tweak, but it certainly wasn't far away. If you were building a race version of an MR2 or a RB200, this is definitely one of the points that you could lose a lot of weight, because these doors are ridiculously heavy. The door harness, which I've actually got stuck. The door harness then goes back through there, reconnects to connect the block just inside the kick plate down there. Yeah, these bolts have got like a shoulder on them, so they pull the hinge back to where it was. So what adjustment we might need, it's just a fraction, if anything, so hopefully we'll be able to like just get it on the top hinge. And then there's the what would you call it, the thing that stops the door swinging right out. That's bolts on the inside of the door check. It is a bit of an ass to feed through, so I'll have to pull it through from the inside. It's sitting nice, should be right. So I've got the required tools, and then I just realised this isn't ready to go on. I want to do the black underneath and up the inner arch before I put it on, because obviously like painting it upside down would be a nightmare. So I'll do it in the booth on the trestles. It'll be so much easier. So that's obviously the bottom edge of the side skirt. I want the colour to roll round. We've got about 20mm underneath, and then it'll be black the rest of the way. And then I do like a lip coming up here, but I don't think I'm going to do it that far down, so I'll maybe come in and around like that. I use the inch tape. It'll give us an even distance from the edge. I did have it smaller on mine, but I think it'll look better if it's a little bit wider. Don't necessarily even have to do that, you know, on the bottom or whatever, but I don't know, I just think it just makes it look, I think it makes it look better. And then you obviously when you get to here, you've got your inner arch anyway, and that's black. It just sort of ties it into that and keeps a nice consistent edge. And then obviously you can do that top bit black. I think I'll leave that in this particular case. I'd put like leather vinyl on mine to just soften the blow sort of thing between the clam and the sill, just stop any kind of chattering, you know, because they are touching. So the paint's literally just dry, and I don't have to take this masking off. It's kind of satisfying, isn't it? So it just darkens down the bits that you don't need to see. That bit doesn't matter so much, but it just blends into the inner arch, the inner liner, and that goes into the inner arch. And, you know, it's all sorts of shapes and, you know, not a particularly pretty bit, but you can see it because the arches are so big. So, like, just darkening it down like that just takes your eye off it, makes it look better. Right, time to do the bumper. You can go up there. You can even go up there. I look like a bird doing an Instagram photo now. You know, that up angle. Right, I was going to record us masking this up, but Jonathan appeared and I ended up distracted talking to him, so I stopped the camera and didn't press record again. But I'll show you what I've done. I've still got a prep into these Scotch Brite. I'll burn, there's a couple of little like raises on the corner, so you just get a little blowtorch, you know, the little lighter ones, give it a little blast and then stick it down, and it tends to stay stuck down after that. I used tape on these areas just because it was all, there's no point putting paper in between that, you know what I mean, so I taped the full top and just taped these corners off. Sorry, I'm not even looking what I'm filming. So I've started prepping this bit, but there's still more to do. And what I've done underneath, because I did mask all the way around this bottom edge, that's where it came to last time, the black, but this time I'm taking it round with like the width of the fine line tape underneath, and that'll be black all the way around as well. It just sort of, again, tidies it up, and I really like this little bit there. Can you see it? It's not focused. Just makes a slightly nicer edge, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? Instead of it coming to a point. So when someone's underneath the car working on it, they're going to look at that and think, yeah, someone put a little bit of effort in there, just a little bit of extra effort. Made a tiny bit that you can't normally see look better. So I've got to prep all this now, and then I can get some black stuff on it, and then I've just got the bonnet to do. It does look so much better though, doesn't it? It distracts from the unnecessary part of the panel, and at the same time emphasises the important bit, the bit that you can see. Anyway, I'm gonna nib these as well before I put them on. There's all these little touch-ups that I did, and with the pinholes and what have you, and little bits of silicone, and there's also all the little bits and pieces of dust that got in stuff, so I'm going to do that while they're on the trestles. See. Like, it's not much, you know, it's just something subtle, but it looks nice. It's a little bit, see that there? That was silicone, probably 100% in fact from the polish. I scrubbed this bumper down with Scotch-Brite and soapy water, but I must have missed a bit on that edge because it's quite silicone on there. I'll maybe put a couple of little touch-ups on it. It's underneath, you can't see it from the top or the front, but I don't want it to spoil my little line. This car is so much better than mine. It's just more refined, and the next one will be better as well. It's all part of the process. But yeah, happy with them. I've just got the side skirt sat on there so I could send Paul a picture, but straight away you see what I'm talking about. That bit in there just doesn't need to be seen, and you know, that edge there, it just keeps it nice, even, consistent. Right, it's 8:30, I'm going home. I've got a job in the morning. I've got a right pain in the ass day tomorrow as well. I've got a job in the morning at just an hour at 10 o'clock, so that's us finishing at 11 o'clock. Get through here, and then I've got to get back for a job at 5 o'clock. So, which is just a touch up, which actually doesn't even need touched up. It's a white highlight that I put in that the lady thinks there's a bit of ink missing because it's on a ladybird, and it's like a white highlight on the ladybird. I've still got the bits to do around here, around the backlights, around the vents, and around the top vent that blends into the window. And I've still got the bonnet to do around that vent and in the headlight buckets. So anyway, I'll get a few hours on it tomorrow. I was hoping to get it put together today, like, but never mind. Back at it tomorrow. I keep on thinking these look like a, I don't know, pair of green booties. You know, like hanging up for Santa Claus or something. Anyway, I'm aware before I start tripping anymore.